Hello gamers and welcome to another Aquatico DevBlog video, and today we're going to talk about how to get started with Aquatico right after the tutorial is getting finished, right? So this is my save that I actually just made. So this is literally the beginning of the game, right? Tutorial just ended. I built 3 more tidal turbines and that's it. So I'm just going to now talk with you just about how to get started easily for you new players that are kind of getting lost in all the information, let's say, right? So let us help you just to focus a little bit on what to do and how to think about down the line, and with all our other videos and tutorials that we made to actually give you a bigger picture on how to get easy, nice town functioning, big town, how to get easy production, like how to control easy stuff, and therefore this is the video where we made it. So let's start just for the start from the beginning, right? Let's talk about pipelines just for the start. Buildings are not having multiple connections to pipelines. You have only one. So as you can see, the blue dots here that actually are marking the pipeline connections to your building, and your building cannot, let's say, how to take that. It doesn't. Your pipeline cannot be now entering here and then you start your pipeline by connecting it here. So you have, let's say, building is as a part suddenly becomes part of the pipe system. No, the pipe system actually is envisioned as something that your building has only one connection inside, and only one connection for pipeline it has inside it, and that's it. So you cannot connect the pipeline here and then connect it here and continue with your pipelines. Your pipelines need to be continuous constantly, right, and cannot be broken up. So when you think about building pipelines, right, you need to think about it almost as freeways, and I said that in my pipeline tutorial video, which you can check it out. It's short and sweet, and it just tells you a little bit of how to deal with pipelines, and I'm going to repeat it here. Think about pipelines as something that you actually think as roads. You see, like one straight pipeline. This is going to be one straight pipeline here, and buildings are going to be connected here and here and here and here as I connected these buildings. Also here, if needed, pipeline is going to go like this, buildings here, 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 if needed. Also pipeline here, depending on how much am I going to have space here, what kind of buildings, the size of buildings are going to be. So it's going to be smaller building here, maybe another smaller building here, so therefore I can maybe connect it here with one building here, and then I'm going to continue my pipeline here. You know, it's just like a road. Think of it like that. Road, straight, 90 degrees crossings, and that's it. That's the best way how to think about the pipelines, and I do hope that this helps you a little bit just when you think about how to, let's say, set up your town, right, and how to set up the layer of your buildings, and where to actually, and how to actually build it, and how to set it up. So that's the first thing. Another thing is also a little bit heads up. There are in research tree, when you look at research tree, there are combos between buildings that are actually one building is getting bonus to another building. This does exist. Let's say this is the first one, plastification combo, right from the start of the game. Like, pay attention to that. Like, plastics factory in proximity of drone factory gains 10% production bonus. That 10% in the long run comes a long way. So that 10% is massive boost when you look at it. So I have a plastics factory here, and probably I'm going to build drone factory here. So let's just check this out, right? Let me just give you an example. Where is my drone factory? Actually, I didn't research it. Let's research it while I'm speaking. Okay. So I'm going to show you just that circle of drone factory, and then you think like this. Drone factory, this is the area effect that it has. So let me try to think that I'm going to build, let's say, in the future 3 more plastics factory around it, so it's like semicircle or circle, or it is circled by the plastics factory buildings, and all my plastics factory buildings are going to have bonus. Okay, we can accept those. Okay, plus 2 people. I'm probably going to need to build houses, not right now. 1, to click.
Excellent work, Sea-Mayor.
Well, thank you very much.
Producing drones early on will greatly help with your ongoing efforts. Let's construct some and see how the AI fares in the new environment. Build a drone factory to produce drones.
Yes, thank you. So this is my research for drone factory is finished. This is really important. Drones, yeah, let's go. So I'm going to build drones right now, right? So drone factory. As I said, drone factory. Let's see. You see the area effect? So you try to think about it like, how can I build it? Well, you can maybe build it here. So that means that this plastics factory is going to have area effect, but then suddenly you need to think about putting another building here, another building here. But look at this. This is the, let's say I have here, look at this, oil platform that also has area effect for my fuel refineries. So like, you have to think about that kind of stuff and pay attention to that. Just heads up, right? It's for the future. What else do we have here that we actually said we can help you with? Let's say resources, right from the start. As you can see, when I look at it here, when I wanted to build drone factory, and I will build drone factory once I continue to play this safe, I'm missing iron, and my iron production is way down the line. Dude, look at this, way down the line. And there is no chance that everything is going to like stopped and my town is going to disappear. No. What is the solution? The solution is actually the resources on the ground, on the seabed. Look at this. You have gather stone, iron, and plastic. The also solution is this, wreckages that you have around the map. That gives me 40 iron, 24 plastics, and 30 seaweed once I actually press on it to get deconstructed and brought that materials back to my base. Also, there are 3 wreckages here, 2 wreckages here. So let's do this, right? I'm going to do everything like here, like this, okay? And I'm going to leave it for now. That's one way of you getting extra resources in the start, at the beginning, so it actually helps you a bit with your town, so your city doesn't have, let's say, shortage of resources. Gather stone and plastic also. This is a new map, and I'm going to search this same as you, right? So I need to check where could that be. Oh, there you go. That's the plastics here. So you can. So you remember plastics are here, right? Here. What else do we have around me? I can also, oh, that's also plastics here. Okay. I need to find iron. Plastics here, dude. There is a lot of plastics here. I can also remove this. Another plastic. Probably I'm blind to the stone and the iron. Oh, that's the iron. That's the stone. But that's pretty far away from my base. Let's see if there is something maybe here around me. Plastics. I'm just trying to help you, like, you know, with this. Like, open your eyes. This is probably iron. There you go. So I can put this to get these resources. One thing, once you get started and you are having these kind of problems and you're missing resources, also don't forget that your drones, if you overdo it with a lot of work, your work that is actually getting stacked up, because you have only 4 people that are full adults that can do the work of carrying something, plus the 12 drones. Which a lot of them, when you look at the job, when you hit the jobs board, you actually have 4 people that are idle, which can help you with the resource gathering, and 4 idle drones that will actually go and dissolve those buildings and get your resources back to the buildings, because humans are not doing that. It's the drones that are doing that. Now suddenly you will have a halt in your production, meaning in your resources coming through the production buildings to your depots, so your people can actually take the resources and bring them to houses, or for those resources again to be reused in some other buildings that need those resources to actually function properly, right? So in the short term, don't overdo it with instantaneously just ramping up all the work for people and drones to do and expecting that they're going to do it easily. Like, first they're going to disintegrate these buildings, and then drones are going to pick them up. And then if I, let's say, now smashed, like gather stone, iron and plastic, and I now circled this group, and I circled this group over here, right, this group, and then I circled this group, and then I put this one, and then I circled this group and this group, and then I want mob drones to go do here, and then I circle this group, and then suddenly I'm questioning, well, why is everything so slow? It's because every available worker is now all over your map, wasting time traveling from here to dissolve and get back, while your production is halted. And while your people that are actually, let's say that it's even a bigger town, when your people are now actually working somewhere else, and they are working in buildings maybe that are actually using humans, and your drones are actually working in buildings that are actually using 2 drones here, 1 drone here, 1 drone here, 1 drone here, you know. So it now your all work starts to be slowed down, and your progression starts to slow down. And if you're in the balance of barely hitting those resources, some of your resources are going to be missing from production buildings, because nobody is here to actually put them from production building to the depot. So pay attention to that. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm talking so much, but I want to help you, just for you to know that don't overdo it with just putting your people through a lot of work at the same time. Don't overdo it. Like later when you have 50 drones and your town is great, you can do that kind of stuff, but like at the start, yeah, it's take it a little bit slower, you know. Do two works, three jobs at most, like at the same time, so you people are just on time. They can actually help you with the city, and then they can do that kind of side works, right? That's also something that you need to pay attention to. So that's really important, right? What is also important, like through tutorials, you didn't have any depots to build, right? Like at the start, your only depot is your surface base. So we're going to talk about also on how to think of why it is really important for your depots, and that's this, to actually be strategically positioned, so your people actually don't need to walk through plastics factory all the way from plastics factory all the way to your subsurface base 1, but you actually put depot here, let's say, right, like somewhere smartly, when you know that you can actually getting used. And now suddenly battery workers, battery drones, just slick gone, that's it, poop poop, that's it, poop poop, that's it, poop poop, that's it. And it's not like from here to here and then back, from here to here and then back. Same also with the people, with the humans in domes. You want to put domes somewhere here, like close. I don't need to put for this dome anything, because I have subsurface base, which people can actually just now escape, like exit the dome, and their big supply depot is actually right in front of them, and that's subsurface base. But like for the future reference, once I put, let's say, dome here, depot right in front of it, so my people don't have to walk across the half of the map to get resources, which again speeds up the time, gives you more time to actually do some other stuff, and brings your functionality of your city to a higher level. So think of the depots as, let's say, this is one neighborhood on which I'm going to put a lot of buildings, and there's going to be one depot here, which is actually going to help all these buildings in this this neighborhood, let's say, right? In this neighborhood, it's going to help them be efficient. Okay, I continue here with the buildings. Here building, let's say some other buildings, right? Down the line. Some other, let's say, another battery factory here. So then you need to, let's say, build iron mine somewhere, you know, depot right next to it. So you know that once you stack up buildings there, they're going to have quick and easy way to get to the depot, just put the resources really quickly in the depot and get back to work really quickly, so you don't waste time and you don't waste production and everything else, right? So that's also one thing that is quite important for you to think about, because it helps, it really helps down the line. Also, one small thing, like press M on a keyboard, and that's the minimap, right? And pin it here. Just press this small pin and pin it there. Also, if you press letter O, which is log, put it like here and pin it. Log is quite useful because it actually gives you the information of what is happening. You see, Cash moved in and Remy moved in. Those are two humans that actually came from my HQ inside my city. So now I know I have these two people here. I have what happened when pipeline is not working, when the research is completed, when building is when building is getting like pipeline not working, right? When your resources are missing because pipeline is not working. Everything is, most of the times, is here in log. When shark attacks and everything else, right? It's in a log. So that helps also with the notifications that are going to come up here and up here when you're going to have expedition map. Log also keeps you another level, gives you another level of information about your town that it actually is you find helpful, right? So that's also something that you're going to need to find useful. It's pretty damn useful to have it, you know. Another thing also that really helps at the start, I'm going to remove this grid, is upgrade of buildings. Please do pay attention to upgrade of buildings, because like I already did it here, right? So I have optimization here, and I have credits here for and plastics for optimization and production boost of this battery factory. So same goes with the plastic, especially because plastic is a commodity that is really needed at the start of the game, and throughout the whole game, plastics is pretty important. So what did I did from the start in plastics factory? Let's see when I remove this drone. Like normally, because and remember I even have upgrades here. Right now I'm producing 252 plastics, and it's even less production of plastics because I did already optimizations and production boosts, which is my fault. I should actually leave that for you to see right now, but never mind, just for you to pay attention. You don't need to build another plastics factory to have production if you can upgrade the current plastics factory. Do you get me? Like only with this expansion, when you get another drone in, look at this. Smash. You get this instantly. Your basic production gets doubled, and with all the bonuses that are on top of that, look at this difference. 220 is the difference. That's a lot. So pay attention to that stuff, boys. Pay attention that you actually don't need to build at the start 2 plastics factory because you're missing plastics. Try to develop your plastics factory as much as you can. And now I know, let's say I'm having 2 drones in, I'm for my optimization, I need tools to finish this, right? So now you can look, tools are like, right now I'm here at the start of my tree. And tools are, let's not forget, I also have plastification combo from the drone factory. So implement drone factory 10% on plastics factory production also. And then you want to check, like, iron mine is here and tool factory is here. That's a lot of time for you to actually, you know, until you get tools, right? So now you can see your production of plastics when you come to, when I, let's say, smash this button and I leave it to go forward, right? After a month you actually get, no houses for people, houses are getting built. After a month you actually get monthly produced, how the real monthly produced per year, right? And then you have the real monthly used, because I used plastics to upgrade things here, right? I would use plastics to upgrade this also. So let's see, I'm smashing this, productivity is 180, okay? So I'm smashing optimization, that's going to take down this upkeep, which is really important. Every time, if I can, I'm smashing that optimizations and I am decreasing the upkeep of buildings, because in return that will give me more resources down the line. So this is one of the first upgrades that I do. See, it dropped. So I have more electricity and I have a lower monthly use. Plastics are going to be lower. That means that if I press E, and that's stock button, and I get this plastics, right? You have this in and out, and suddenly you see how much plastics I actually spent here, right? That's pretty a lot, but that's the developing stages of a city, and that's normal. So afterwards, this will be when I don't spend any plastics except for the production. This is going to be lower. So production boost also. You see 180. I'm upping it for 20%. I'm smashing this. Suddenly I have 216 batteries. I don't need to build another battery factory for me to get more batteries. Try to focus as much as you can on building buildings and upgrading it fully, and then if you need to upgrade it because you have less of a production, then you build another building and upgrade it again. And one more thing really, like so when we talk about it's research for policies that can help you, right? Also, with all these bonuses at the start, let's say fuel refinery in proximity of oil platform gains 10% production bonus. This is what I spoken about. This is the area effect. Same thing goes as for the fuel refinery. So once I develop this, it's going to have bonus. So I'm going to leave it, right? Also, one thing that we actually want to tell you, right, is these incentives, right? It's this policies that you can actually develop, and these policies can help you in the start of the game. Let's say 1 credit per engineer. That's a decent policy. You have immigration incentive. You can do it. You don't have to do it. It's you can. By the way, I'm not using it that much, to be honest. When I'm playing, I'm controlling population, and you can check the population video in our tutorials. I am controlling it through Rescue Center, but somebody likes the immigration incentive. Good. Transport fever. This is, let's say, the first and one of the first things that I do, and I really implement it right away. Like traffic regulation, causing them to be 10% faster. Drones, which means that you're going to get your resources 10% faster. Everything is going to be moving in a higher speed of 10%, which means that that town is going to function 10% faster. Implement this, and you implement it by going here, going to directives, and then choose it. Here, society, production, and government. And this is the drone speed. That helps a lot. That's also something that you need to pay attention to at the start of the game. And I'm sorry, I know this is a long video right now. It's 23 minutes long. But this is something that can help you just to get a glimpse of how to set up your town and to think about a little bit down the line. Like, okay, so I need, as we said, so I need depot here. So this productions don't waste a lot of time going all the way to let's subsurfer base. In the future, I will need a depot here. Look at this. I actually put my, as you can see here on the map, my sponges are all the way outside the city, and I will do this. This is the area of sponges where they will work. Okay, so I will put this, let's say, here. Wait, now we'll put actually this here. Actually, just right here. It still not going to impact that much. So I'm going to put my depot here, and once it's built, this drone right now will not have to travel all the way like this to get to my subsurface base, put the resources, sponges inside, and then move back. So that's the thing that I'm talking about. And imagine if now you are playing it down the line and your city is really big. You want your depots to be strategically positioned so none of your production people and none of your humans also are not spending a lot of time walking across half of the map for them to put resources in, right? In your depot. So I do hope that this helped you a little bit, and I do hope that we actually hit the starts of what can actually make your problems and what can actually give you problems. So once again, buildings, they have only one connection to pipeline. Think about pipelines of going straight lines like roads, right? And think about the building in neighborhoods, right? You have bonuses of buildings, right? Check them out. Some buildings are actually giving bonuses to other buildings. Check them out. Think about this. When you close, think about, let's say, always check a little bit, research ahead and see what is actually here. You see, gatherer's place in proximity of sponge collector gains 10% production bonus. So build a gatherer's place in the circle of sponge collector. That's the sponge collector. Build it here at the edge. 10% plus for gatherer's place. Why not? Use that kind of stuff, okay? Use the resources on a seabed, right? Use them up. These are plastics. You have plastics, irons, and stone. Use them up. You don't have to wait for people. You see, I have 241 iron. People actually picked it up from here, which I said that they will pick it up, which I actually give them command to do, and they still have some iron to pick up. And this is also iron from buildings that are actually dismantled, like this one, wreckages, right? So I will put also this wreckage to get dismantled, and they're going to bring me iron here and stone and everything else. So use those resources on a seabed and use those wreckages that you can dismantle and bring the resources back to your building, right? Again, depots, strategically build them all over the map so you actually don't have wasted time of your people going with a hand of a crate in their hands, drones walking like 500 meters across the town to get to the depot when they can go 15 meters, right? So upgrade the buildings. Use those upgrades of buildings to your advantage. Let's say if I want double the production of batteries, I hit this expansion button, right? Let's see, I have 4 idle drones, I can do it. Smash. If you need battery production, you will have it. Just know upkeep is going to be up for double. Suddenly from 51 it came to 102. You need to be paying attention to this also, and you need to pay attention that your oxygen, fuel, crude oil and electricity are going to sustain your upgrades, right? And research tree also. Use those policies from research tree. Use them wisely, especially this drone bonus and everything else, right, which you see fit. It's going to help you at the start because everything helps at the start. So I do hope that I didn't bore you much. I do hope that I gave you an insight on how to start for all your new players that are coming into the game. I do hope that it's going to give you a vision, and please do check our other videos on tutorials and our streams if you like. It's going to open up a way of how you can think about, let's say, keeping the production and everything else in order so your town doesn't fall apart, right? So once again, thank you gamers for watching this video. It's been long, it's been hopefully understandable and comprehensible, and hopefully helpful for you to actually think of how to properly control your town at the start and how to help yourself getting started and being good enough not to destroy your city, right? Because the game is complicated at the start, right? Because there is a lot of unknowns and mechanics that you need to check out. So thank you once again for watching. Do hope it helped. Enjoy your gaming. Contact us on our Steam forums. Feel free to contact us on our Steam forums. Ask questions. We are here to help. This game is going to be developed even more. We are working on upgrades. We are working on updates. We are working on fixes. This game will live, and we will work hard to bring the best game possible to you, boys and girls gamers. And I do hope that we are going to be on our way in giving you the best game possible, and that you're going to enjoy it and have fun with it. And once again, whenever there is a question, a problem, contact us on Steam forums. We are here, we are happy to help, and we are happy to answer all your questions and help you with all your questions that you have. Thank you once again, and enjoy your gaming, gamers.